I don't know. I don't know what you're doing, Steve. Our show is not till 7 o'clock tonight. What are you
What am I
doing?
doing? No, no, no. I'm currently recording it. We will see how it turns.
Okay,
So
but it says live, which means what? We're live out to your live
no,
stream.
I'm only recording it. I'm
Okay,
only
good.
recording it.
Just stuff that you could piece together and use. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
Wait till I
uh,
start sharing my poetry.
so
proper
on
poetry.
what do you know
I've
today?
written over 2,000 of them.
Nice. I look forward to hearing some in the as the future goes on.
As you can see, this show for sure, this podcast wants to be a podcast where we create and we definitely let go of great conversations. And to let you know, I have today a guest, Warren Mabee, who has discovered something just fabulous. And I also gotten the chance to invite poet, singer, songwriter Steve Osborne. And as we were discussing a few things from Live Vintage, it sounds like a moment ago Steve was talking about his favorite drinks, because we do have to realize whenever we talk about drinks, depending on what is within the drink, it can affect our body. So, by curiosity, let's go back to that discussion. I know Steve was talking about what are your favorite drinks, Steve?
I like iced tea, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, 7-Up, chocolate milk, apple juice, orange juice, fruit punch.
Okay.
To name
All
a
right.
few.
So my quick question there to you, Steve, in life is yes. Okay, I understand there are. Well, okay. First off, do you like just straight water?
Pardon?
Would you ever drink just a glass of straight water?
Yeah, I like water too.
You like water too, but
Cold water. You can't beat a cold glass of cold water.
understood. It's always good to have, especially in the middle of the night when you wake up with that extra parch going on, correct? But it sounds like you do drink probably more pop and juice and flavored type drinks than you do water, correct?
Water right here.
Well, then why was that not what the number one that you listed? Why, if it's the number one that you've got sitting there right beside you, why did you list off all those pops and everything that had something to do with sugar instead of saying, well, my number one is water, but I still like all these other types of drinks? I mean, that's a point of interest, right? Why do we always go towards saying that we like all these sugary things? Is it part of our mainstream life, or is it, do we drink mostly that? If we do, then we've got to understand the idea towards our health. You might not be feeling something as you presently speak, but really in a roundabout way, I bet some of your health issues might be because of the amount of sugar intake that are probably coming from your drinks. You know what I mean? I don't know you personally yet enough to call the full-on shot, but I know even for myself personally, I used to drink 36 cups of coffee a day when I was working as a high-rise window cleaner in BC, in Vancouver, BC. And that was back when I was in my early 20s. It's weird. There was such a withdrawal that came from that, and it wasn't necessarily because of the caffeine. Yes, the caffeine was a big withdrawal, but my doctor said that the amount of sugar that I was intaking, because I took two teaspoons of sugar with every single, so I was basically making my own Red Bull, out of as a daily case goes. And he said he really couldn't believe that I just wasn't in the hospital at this point in time. Like my heart palpitations were always going because there was always that much caffeine and sugar running through my system. Whether or not I knew at a young age or not, whether or not it was doing me damage or not, but my doctor knew it was, right? But I was young enough and foolish enough and whatever, didn't understand truly that it is. And I'm sure you do understand that sugar is the cause of most everything that is bad in our lives, right? So the more we can cut out, the better. If high energy drinks such as Red Bull and Monster and so forth that are out there in the world, if they're
I love Monster.
you're a Monster lover,
I
right?
love Monster drinks. Oh God, I used to drink those like crazy.
What do you like
Right.
about that Monster drink?
Not a lot, but once in a while I take a Monster drink. And, oh, geez, it doesn't taste so
You
good.
what?
Okay, can I can I pause for a second, Steve? I got to be back. I didn't know Dennis was in and out so quickly. So can I have 5 minutes and be right back?
Yes,
Great, thank
absolutely.
you.
Absolutely. So,
You piece of mail.
since life is all about helping health, improving our well-being, and improving how we feel, because let's not forget that most of the time you have body, mind, and soul that are attached together. So I'd like to know, Steve, from your side, whenever you have something to drink, do you go more for which tastes good, what experiences you get from your drinks? Because you just talked about Monster drinks. What do you like about it?
It tastes good. I like the taste of it.
Okay, all right. So for you, as long as it tastes good and you get a good experience,
Pardon?
as long as you get a good experience, is what you're saying. As long
Yeah.
as whenever you drink it, then you're feeling, wow, I'm having this and it tastes good. Meanwhile, what I'd like to know is when it comes to you, when you drink it, do you ever wonder, okay, what I'm drinking, the amount of caffeine, the amount of the ingredients that are within what you're drinking? Do you ever wonder how it plays, for example, your heart? Like your arteries, because within your body to function, you have your heart that's pumping air, that's pumping blood. So, do you ever wonder whenever you're consuming something how it affects your body?
I walked in on a conversation here. I'm not sure where we are. So
Sure, yes, absolutely,
it's
Warren.
okay.
So,
Keep on going. You guys are talking. I'll catch up.
what we came up with is Steve said that he really loves Monster. The moment you talked about energy drink,
Yeah.
such as Red Bull and Monster, he started to smile, saying,
Yeah, he was Monster. I was here for that. Yeah.
So I was asking him, are you aware what is in those energy drinks, and are you aware of what it can do, what it does to your body?
No, not aware.
Okay, and would you say that it
Most
makes you
people aren't,
smile?
let's just say, aware of what
I don't care what it does to my body. I still like it.
people
You
are
don't
driven by
Gotta
taste and
die
by
someday.
you don't care what it does to your body?
No, I don't care.
Okay,
I get
but
the enjoyment out of it anyway.
Well, that's just it. But if you could get the same sort of feeling and or goodness of the feeling that it creates from something else that does not have the damaging effects that they have over a long time period use, okay, granted, okay, I was professional in sport. I was sponsored by Piranha Kayak and Mohawk Canoe for professional whitewater paddling. RedBull was a part of my industry, right? However, it was still, you know, all of us
And
who
this
were,
drinking
who
like
were
it's called Red
all of
Bull.
us who were professional, get this, all of us who were the professionals there in the sport, we promoted it, we showed it, we wore the stickers, we even looked like we were drinking it an awful lot of times. However, we weren't really drinking it that much. That says a hell of a lot in my view, and we were the ones that were out there promoting it for Red Bull.
I'd like to add to this, Steve. Um, do not forget this. Whenever you're experiencing any kind of pain, I will say that um, knowing, for example, what something that you drink can really damage something that you're hurting from, such
Yeah.
as like inflammation. Knowing, okay, I'm having this, but after that my inflammation is even worse, then would it make sense that you were to say, um, whenever you have discussions like with your doctor where you're being told to decrease something, imagine that you were to really decrease it a little bit, and then you were to notice, oh my lord, my inflammation decreases.
Yeah.
So it's thinking of the idea of proactive health as opposed to reactive health, right? Do you want to look at yourself in the future in the bed, breathing heavy and wondering what's going on, or maybe have a little bit more control on your health, right? And it's hard a lot of times. Life takes control, right? But if there's something that we could do daily that could highly improve our probability of better health because our body is now functioning properly to basically
Exactly.
serve us better.
and
That's the idea, right?
and you were to know what it will do to decrease it. I certainly think that it would encourage to decrease it. I had made a list of different pains that people experience, going from fibromyalgia,
Hey, Steve.
arthritis. What?
Steve,
Yes.
your picture is fading in and out like crazy.
Yeah, it does dance as his background. It
Yes.
does. It can be kind of like a strobe light.
Background is going all wonkers.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Um,
try not to look at it too much either. I have issues with strobe lights, so I don't really.
okay. I'm sorry. It's not because I'm wanting to have strobe lights. There.
It's like the pixels behind you, like you know what I mean. It's almost like having a green room. There you go. That's
Okay.
better.
There you
That's
go.
better.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like you had the technological screen background set up, and
However, I will say this to you. Um, as this show is about health, the first thing that we should remember to look at is really what makes a difference with our health. And thanks to both of you, because I realized this. Yes, my face was flickering, as we would say, but let's not forget this. Whenever we want to accomplish something, right? We were talking about the energy drinks. If I look at it like this, okay, I started to talk about chronic pains. Would it be truthful to say, whenever we have a chronic pain, Steve, that putting what could help us, especially if we experience it on a regular basis, and tending to say, I'm going to put this on the side, it's not going to make much difference. I've experienced this for such a long time. I'm used to it. Is it true?
What, like the old dog on the rusty nail? If you get complacent to your pains,
Yeah, well,
you
like,
basically,
how am I supposed to be getting better? It's been such a long time. I'm not going to get any better.
yeah,
Like,
and that happens.
I might as well just continue because I'm not going to get any better. However, what we really believe, and I will say it like this, LifeVantage and his professionals in health did think eventually in their lives there's got to be some breakthroughs that we can find that will make a difference. That's why when I was saying, like, people that have fibromyalgia, joint pain, arthritis, back pain, neck pain, cancer pain, headaches, migraines, testicular pain, scar tissue, muscle pain, neurogenic pain, all of those on one side, there are people that can have experienced it before for a period of time. And there's probably times where for them, they kind of think or wonder, there's not much I can do. I've been experiencing this for quite a long time. But what we're wanting to do, I like what you just said, Warren. Um, what we're wanting to do is really to make a change. And one of the reasons why Live Vantage we're promoting it is to make a change. Because I will put it like this, Steve. Frankly, and I will even tell you this.
See, look, daily use.
Very good, Steve. I will even tell you this. I will ask to someone who is in healthcare, specialized in what we call chronic pain, especially arthritis, if drinking a lot of sugar makes things worse with the joints or not. You know why? Moving away, decreasing the pain is not what matters first.
I think Steve is waiting for a question. Steve number one is waiting for
Yes,
for
I
an
would like to know. I would like to know, Steve. You were to take
He's asking
the
a question.
LifeVantage products that you were to be suggested, and within, like, even taking part in our TV show, we were to see your pain decreased. Wouldn't that be a goal?
When it what?
Yeah, say that one again. Yeah,
Okay, I'll put it like this. All right, I were to be drinking Monster 4 times per day, pumping up. Yo, B, it's delicious. It's good. Pumping up my little heart, almost destroying it. Boom, 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 because there's so much.
well, not just that. It's actually really bad for your liver.
There you go. Versus helping your health get better. Isn't getting your health get better? Wouldn't that be a good solution?
I don't know.
You don't
Water.
know. What would you like your health to improve?
Water.
Well, water's
Water.
definitely a good thing. However,
Yes. But I was also asking, would you want your health to improve?
well, yeah, you have to kind of
Well,
want
there's no sugar or caffeine in the water.
No,
No.
but the particles of plastic that are in there from shelf stored water bottles over the life is bleeding into it, and you're drinking the plastic water bottles. That is not good for you. Trust me that.
I drink out of the tap.
Well, what's that bottle you're drinking out of? That looked like it was a store-bought water bottle.
Wasn't that a bottle of Pepsi you're drinking?
No matter what you drink, if you're drinking out of a plastic bottle, whether it be pop, right?
Yeah,
Whether it
nothing
be your
wrong with
advice,
drinking out of a plastic bottle.
yeah.
So, as we're in a discussion that's certainly related to sugar, caffeine, and energy drinks, Warren, if you permit it, I will say to everyone and anyone who is watching the video, I would really love to know the following because you're bringing a point. Um,
We got to keep it simplified for the first show, Steve. Like, really, seriously, we're diving into a rabbit hole that is going to
okay,
be unending because that's why we're going to have continuation of shows. Tonight should be, seriously, just a breakdown of introducing a
okay,
topic that nobody knows about, that doctors are keeping secret from us, right?
okay,
For our personal health. This is not
okay,
something that the general people and or your doctors will tell you about, right? This is
okay.
something that was researched and passed down through information. And then people like, I mean, hell, being publicly, like, that's something to talk about too, is like to mention, again, like the, as it goes, publicly traded company on NASDAQ. Well, what does that mean, right? Did we just leave Steve?
Yeah, where did he go?
I'm not
Nope.
sure. But anyway, there is. Because, yeah, so we got to keep it simplified for the very beginning show
Sure.
to provide. Yes, we're going to talk about other things. We'll mention them. Like, we'll say, like, in things like energy drinks and through the, and things that we eat, things that we, put on our skin, things that we, whatever.
Mhm.
This technology is available in all of these different ways. Collagen being the newest product, out there, right? But we don't dive into any of it as any form of
Yep.
depth. Tonight is just talking and introducing the term of nutrigenomics, right? In order, it's okay. I think he's just in and out for a second, hitting buttons. You know what I mean? And then for the next show, we could say at the nearing the end of it, and the next show next week, okay, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into, right, and start out with, let's say, the flagship tandem,
Okay.
right, and then move into maybe a little bit towards the brain, right? Okay, let's
Right.
introduce Axio, right,
Yes.
and then so gradually move along, and so then we're not just overwhelming everybody's senses and information, right?
Okay.
This is stuff that, obviously it's new, right? People
Right.
know about oxid or, uh,
So, Warren,
yeah.
on the next one, we will gladly have a part of the ABC primetime video. And
You mean
people,
for tonight? You mean?
um, on this episode that we're doing that will be aired later, I'm saying that for this one, we started with this, and I suggest that for the next episode, then we really have one part of the ABC prime time so people understand even better what live vintage is.
Absolutely, like, not an issue. And always offering, anybody who's wants to connect further on more of a one-to-one
Yes.
basis with us as consultants in order to learn more about what these products and what this technology really is. You know what I mean? Please, and leave it in the comment section. Reach out to us. And let's
Absolutely.
connect, right? So.
You will notice at the bottom of the screen you have the email to reach us. Feel free to do so. We will be more than glad to come back to you with more information. And we wish that on each episode there are participants. So stay tuned for more. This is only the start. On what do you
Absolutely.
think with Warren Mabee and Steve Levier?